Hey everybody, my name is BlakJak. Welcome back to Stranding. Last time we completed Chapter 5, Mama, and in this episode we're going to be doing Chapter 6. But what's this? We can't enter our nightmares. Oh, the BB isn't present? Wait, what do you mean the BB isn't present? He was here just a minute ago. What the fuck? Where's my BB?
Hello?
Ooh, looking for this? Surprise. Fragile warped me here. I finally got to visit the beach. Well, her beach. Don't worry, I didn't come all this way for the sightseeing. Your beloved BB has a serious issue. You may recall me explaining that these incubators connect BBs via the chiral network to their still mothers back at HQ. Bridge babies are quite literally bridges between this world and the other side. Their place is not here with us, nor with the BTs over there. They belong precisely in between, with no greater affinity for one world or the other. But BB-28 here has been leaning further and further towards the world of the living. Towards you, Sam.
That's because we're partners.
Partners? Sam, a BB's a tool, not a human being. Bridge, yes. Baby, no.
So tell me what the problem is.
This tool, this weapon, is transforming into a living being. It's gaining weight. Its brain activity is increasing. It's accumulating memories. BB-28 is becoming self-aware, becoming an actual child.
Doesn't sound like a problem to me.
It's hardware, Sam. Manufactured for a purpose. A purpose it cannot fulfill outside the pod. There is a 70% risk of catastrophic failure simply in removing it. Which hardly matters because at this point, it'll cease functioning within a couple of days.
Cease functioning?
That's right. Not even the pod will be enough. It'll be bricked.
What do we do?
We reset it. You'll have to leave it with me, of course. I'll cut the cord that links the two of you and then perform an operation that reconnects it to the other side. Think of it as a little tug to correct its alignment. To put it back where it belongs, right between the world of the living and the dead. But like I said, you'll have to be without it for a while.
You're sure this'll work?
Of course. One catch, though. The surgery may erase its memories.
Erase? They'll forget me?
Relax. The BB will still function as intended. You just have to trust me. Come on. I'm telling you, it's like a game. Just select retry and start again. And this is why I hate these things. Sam, I was already filthy from my trip through the beach, but now your BB has added insult to injury.
That baby was just like, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, big boy. Oh shit, that was clever. I didn't catch that the first time. Alright, well I guess we're gonna be joining Hartman in the not gay shower, in the man-on-man contact shower. It's totally fuck. Alright, let's just get in the shower. Let's just get this shit over with. Let's do this shit. Let's make it hot. Come on, Norman.
spying us in here. It's just you and me. No audio records of what we say. No video for lip reading analysis. Get closer. Die-Hardman cannot know of this. Understood? I've been doing some digging into the first BB experiments. Officially, they were suspended by the government following a void out which claimed the life of the then acting president. Documents were shredded. BB technology banned, yes? But obviously, the experiments continued in secret, on the direct orders of President Strand.
Bridget?
The BBs were essential to solving the mystery of the Death Stranding. Oh, she had big plans for them. They weren't designed just to be BT detectors. She wanted to incorporate them into the chiral network to facilitate travel to the beach. But none of her plans ever came to fruition. And now BB Tech has fallen into terrorist hands.
What's Die-Hardman's part in this?
I'm afraid to find out. I don't know how long he was working for Strand. I don't even know his real name or his face. I thought you might, since you two go further back.
He was already wearing a mask when I met him. Something about burning his face.
Right. Sorry. Any data we have from back then is classified at the highest level. As far as I know, the director is the only one with clearance. But the chiral network presents a new opportunity. By compiling fragmented data in the public domain from all across the country, I might be able to piece together a little more of the puzzle. Be careful, Sam. They're watching. Well, Sam, you're a good sport. I'll give you that. Still, it's a fine way to get out of doing the laundry.
Just fix BB, all right?
Oh, no. You'll be doing the fixing. I'd never manage without your help. Check the delivery terminal upstairs for the details. When you're ready, of course.
So yeah, that was a really cool shot. That was really claustrophobic feeling. Like the camera was all zoomed up in their face and would only back off when Deadman would back off a little bit and then like zoom right back in. That was such a good, clever shot. I like that. Ooh, it looks like we got a new figurine. Is that the lion from earlier? I mean, I didn't kill it. Hey, it's a little Sam figurine too. I totally forgot about the little Sam figurine. Ooh, look at that Sam. It's a big ass fucking lion too. But yeah, so for this chapter, and I actually really enjoy this chapter. This chapter is pretty neat. For this chapter, we're actually going to go throughout the entire chapter without the BB. Which makes this cutscene actually kind of funny. Because it's just Sam like, something seems off. Like, fuck, alright, no BB. I don't know, it's just like little details like that that I find entertaining. But, yeah, so throughout this entire chapter, we're going to be dealing it BB-less. No BB means we can't see BTs. But we're not really going to be dealing with a lot of mules either. So we don't really have to worry about the mules, just the BTs. And we're going to take care of this entire chapter all in one shot. So, cool. I think this whole chapter, before I had it edited down, was about, it was like 3 hours. It was a little over 3 hours if I'm not mistaken. So that was, I probably cut out a good 50-ish or so minutes. Because there is a little bit of backtracking in it. Now, the one thing I dislike about this is that,
Deadman tells me your BB isn't performing to spec. We'll have to put your primary mission on hold until we restore its functionality. It's our only Dooms-compatible unit. And you're gonna have to deal with more BTs as you head further west. Case in point, Amelie's informed us of a tar belt outside of Edgenot City. A massive region crawling with BTs that Higgs supposedly summoned. And as much as we want you to get her out as soon as possible, you'll have a snowball's chance in hell without your BB. So your first priority is to help Deadman restore it to working order. And since he's on site, maybe the two of you can discuss it in person.
Sam, I'm a little busy at the moment, so I hope you don't mind if we stick to Hollow. First, I need you to link up a few preppers in the area so we can increase local chiral density. That's to bolster the connection between BB-28 and its still mother. Then, as I explained earlier, we need to correct your BB's alignment. To facilitate that process, we need to quite literally put some distance between you two. Keep it here while we send you out. If everything goes to plan, your BB should resume normal function.
Fortunately, this plan advances our other objectives. We want to integrate this region into the chiral network anyway. So build relationships with the preppers by making deliveries and convince them to come on board. It's not easy to make a home for yourself in those mountains. Even so, plenty of people had a mind to try. You'll find shelters scattered throughout. We've got a whole list of orders from them waiting to be processed. Remember, though, that you're dealing with folks who chose to live out there. Folks who probably value their privacy. Don't think for a second it'll be easy to win them over. You'll have to earn their trust, bit by bit, job by job. Another thing, Sam. You'll be making runs without a BB for a spell. That will vastly diminish your ability to detect BTs. So keep your eyes and ears open for anything out of the ordinary. And stay the hell out of the rain if you can help it.
Yeah, so the thing I don't like about this chapter is that they introduce a new hazard. And the new hazard is snow. You're going to be dealing in snowy mountains. Granted, I can totally see why they did it, because the snow makes it so much easier to see the BTs, considering you can just see the tar contrast against the white background a lot easier. You know, black and white, the ultimate contrast, after all. So on a design level, I can totally understand it. It's just that the snow sucks dick. And we're going to be dealing with it for the next... So we deal with it for this chapter. It skips a chapter, and then we deal with it again in the next chapter. So we have at least a good 3 videos worth of trudging through snow. Albeit, there's only 2 chapters that deal with the snow. And when you get a certain piece of equipment, it makes it a little better. It's still a pain in the ass, though. That equipment is a skeleton. It's the all-terrain skeleton. It helps with drastic changes in... it helps walking around in undesirable terrain, in other words. So... It might not necessarily help you the most in the snow because you're covered around snow, but let's say you're in a mountainy area and there's a ton of rocks. You can cross those rocks a lot easier without the potential to falling on your face every 5 seconds.
Sam? You read me?
Lochna?
Uh-huh. Calling you via a Bridges dedicated line. I've been asked to carry on in my sister's place and provide you with support. We're whole again. One. Forever and always. We still speak, so I shouldn't have any trouble getting up to speed.
You back with Bridges then?
It's not about that. Never was. It's about what she wants. What we want. And why shouldn't we help you? You helped us. We're all connected now.
One thing I like about Locknet
Thank you so much.
is who said that? Oh, the thing. The one thing I like about Locknet is that when she fuses with Mama, their eyes mix. So she has one eye that's Mama's eye, and then one eye that's her eye. So she has like one blue, one green. I forgot the technical term for that. Hetero something. I totally forgot what it was called. Real condition. It's pretty cool.
Weapons restriction.
Other than that, I mean, yeah, it's pretty neat. I like the story between Mama and Locknet. I thought that was pretty neat. It's really fucking depressing. And I was not expecting this game to go in the killing a baby territory. But yeah, that was a little off-putting, honestly. First time around. Totally not ready for that. So here we go. Here's the snow, and again, it's a little weird without the BB. Honestly, not that it's quiet or anything, but it's just like, you know, it feels like you're not full. You know, like you're not whole without the BB. Without loot, actually, the BB's name is loot. So let's like this guy's little anchor rope. Now this anchor rope doesn't really seem like all too useful, honestly, but climbing up a steep hill like this, it makes a little difference. It's not the most useful thing out here, but at least I don't have to worry about falling down a mountain while holding onto a rope. So there's that. That's pretty useful. Clever use of a rope. I wonder if you could just like lay down a ladder and see if that'll help too. I think it would, personally. I don't know. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, so this chapter is, I mean, it's not that this chapter is super long or anything, because there's only a handful of missions in it. The length from this chapter comes from trudging through the snow because you're not moving as fast as you possibly can. Am I going to the Robotcist? I don't think I am. Oh, I'm gonna carry it anyway, I guess. I actually wasn't paying attention to where we were going. But that's fine. It's totally okay with me. So let's head over here. It looks like we're going in that direction, which I don't remember where that is off the top of my head. Like who that is. It might be the Robotcist. It might not be. I have no idea. I totally forgot. It could just be like the Mountaineer. And I think there's 3 people up here. The Doctor, the Mountaineer, and the Robotcist. And there might be another person, but I'm kind of forgetting off the top of my head. But we have to be careful with the snow. So the snow is still timefall. It acts the same as the rain. I've noticed, though, that since the snow clings on to stuff, it deteriorates, and I think it might actually deteriorate a little faster because the snow still clings on to the containers. Although I don't have any proof of that, it does seem to me that the containers just get more damaged the longer you the longer you stay in the snow. Like it's just like a faster deterioration. But yeah, we've entered BT territory, and we can't see them without the BB, remember? So that means there's no cutscene letting us know that we've actually fully entered BT territory, and we don't know where they are. So we're gonna have to pretty much guess where they are. If you crouch in this area, you'll move even slower than you already do. Whether or not the sound even matters at that point is irregardless. Honestly, I think maybe getting caught by a BT might actually help. Because there's shit that'll float in. Like if you're having to deal with a catcher, I think it'll help because if you're dealing with a catcher, stuff will start to float up, and you'll get more footholds to run through. I'm not saying do that, because you know you might be getting like a lion beta and have to deal with the lion beta and have that shoot laser beams at you or tackle you from a distance. Whereas the dolphins aren't that bad, but the lions can be pretty bad. But as you can see the BTs like stepping around. They're pretty cool, the beach things. Those little gazers. So I truly don't know what kind of beach things are in this area because we don't have Lou with us. I'm assuming it's just the regular adult beach things, but it could very well be the babies. It could very well be the ground dwellers. I mean, shit, it could even be like a giant BT. We have no fucking idea. There are a variety of different gazers that we'll be dealing with throughout the remainder of this playthrough, and a majority of which we're going to be seeing in the next 2 parts. So, I mean, I'm going to just assume that it's the standard gazer adult BT, but truth be told, I don't know. So luckily for us, though, we managed to get through that without being caught by a BT. But trust me, that's not going to be the normal around here. You can easily get captured by BTs around here. It's super easy. Since you move so slowly, since there's not enough like ground to step on that is desirable ground, it can be hard. Oh, I guess we are going to the Robotcist. All right, cool. So that's pretty good, luckily for us. And the Robotcist might actually be the best person to go to first, if I'm not mistaken, because the Robotcist will give you that tool that we need. I guess I was making too much noise. But here we go. Now we're caught in the tar, which means that we're even slower. And since we're still in the snow, we're still dealing with snow physics. So now we're moving like super slow. So honestly, I probably would have gotten caught. I may have been dragged a little bit behind, but since tar tends to shape the land around you, you might actually find more things to run on. Rocks and cars and the such. But I wouldn't worry too much right now. Also, it doesn't help that the only things in this area are preppers and nothing else. There is no way stations, there are no distribution centers, there are no cities up here. It's all preppers. So you're going to be relying a lot on building safe houses using your PCCs, and by extension, other players' safe houses. Also, as you can tell, that rope was super useful because climbing up a slightly steeper hill is a challenge for Sam, because no matter what he does, he'll end up slipping back down the hill, especially if he runs out of energy, which is horrible. But remember, if you're ever low on energy, don't risk it like I am, because you'll end up losing so much time. Look at that shit. Oh, I was like, God damn it. I was hoping that this is the only area with snow, and it's not. We have another snow area. Honestly, like I mentioned before, this is really the only thing I dislike. If they made this chapter such that you'd be running across like regular rocky terrain, maybe add some more strong winds, that would be pretty cool. Strong wind areas, that would be pretty cool. And it'll be just like the rest of the game, but without the BB, I would be fine with this chapter. But the fact that you added a new element and no BB, and the new element sucks, it really puts a damper on this part of the game, for me at least. I was fine with chapter 6. Honestly, it's not even that like bad of a chapter, because all things considered, it's a rather short chapter. But my grievances come in with chapter 8, most definitely. But we'll be talking about chapter 8 when we have to do that part, or rather those parts, because I split it up into 2 parts. That means I took 2 2-hour sessions to get through that, so about 4 hours worth. Whereas this one only took about a session and a half. Yeah. So this one wasn't too bad. We gotta make it to the Robotcist. the roboticist with the packages I'm carrying this might actually be enough for it. I forget if it's a guy or a girl. I don't remember if it's a chick or not. But the roboticist will be joining the UCA most likely. As long as we get them to the first star, that's all. That's all we need. Even if we have to do another mission for this person, we only need the 1 star. So, super lenient. So let's check out with the roboticist, since we're here, and deliver these materials and everything I found. Why not? Look at Sam, man. He's like all covered in snow and stuff. Honestly, this would probably be a good area to get 5 stars with the preppers, because then you could just sleep at their shelter.
Oh, you made it.
You sound disappointed about that.
Handled with care, I see.
Why'd you make that sound like you were so disappointed? Like, oh, you made it. I thought you were going to die. Damn. Fucking shit, dude. What did I do to you, lady? Jesus Christ. I trudged through snow and ghost-infested territories for you. You should be thanking me. Because I'm awesome. Oh, nice. 2. It's awesome. Wait, did I already have the first star nearly done, or how the hell did that happen? Huh, that's weird. I mean, I'm not complaining. Just that's weird, I guess. I don't know. Whatever, man. 2 machine oils. That's pretty good, and that's like another 100. Oh, that's close. That was close to getting the 3rd star. Alrighty, well, that's fine. Cargo level 33, and I think that's all I'm going to be getting. I don't think I get anything past cargo level 33. Miscellaneous went up a little bit. That's pretty good. Oh, sorry, 34. My bad. I gained a level. There.
I hear you're the one to talk to about the chiral network. Is it true that a contract will let me access your schematics and so forth? I want to share my research with everyone. Let them read it. Let them learn from it, like I learned from their work. Make me a part of the UCA.
So what's a robot enthusiast like you doing in a snowy mountain field? Just curious. Just curious. I mean, you could be like fucking learning about robots in snow or whatever. That'd be cool, but just saying, that's a little odd, no? Don't you think? Does like the cold help with the like cybernetics of the robots or something? I don't know, man. I'm talking out of my ass. I don't fucking know. But just like that, we got the roboticists to join our network. That's pretty cool. Alrighty, so that's 1 out of 3, and the all-terrain skeleton. Nice. I love this thing. Honestly, this is like one of my favorite ones too. I like the speed one a little better, but honestly, this one's pretty good too. They're both pretty good.
Very good. Very good. Guess we're in this together now, Sam. I'd love to show you around the place, but it's a terrible mess.
I see you've put another shelter on the network. Nice job. Chiral levels are increasing as predicted, which is good. As for BB-28, you'll be pleased to hear the operation went well. There should be no need for additional major procedures. We're not out of the woods yet, but I think it's safe to say that the worst is behind us. All that remains is to continue expanding the network, monitor changes as chiral levels increase, and make adjustments as necessary. Drug therapy should suffice. Keep it up, Sam.
Alright, cool.
Good work.
Good to know Deadman can do a surgery within like 10 minutes or so. Let's fabricate ourselves an all-terrain skeleton.
Oh, that's the roboticist's custom-made active skeleton, isn't it? Should be a big help on mountain trails or any lousy road, come to think of it.
Yeah, it just helps you pretty much run throughout mountain terrains and just bad terrain in general. Super useful. Love this piece. And it actually gives you a little more boost than the speed one does, because I think the speed one only gave me about 150. This one gives me 190. And now we're back at Mount Knot City, and as you can tell, I'm sliding around down the fucking mountain as always. We'll be seeing what the all-terrain can do in a second. But I decided to cut out any backtracking just because no one wants to be trudging through the snow, let alone watching someone else do it, right? So I'm just going to cut out any backtracking. That's actually what I cut out mostly, was just me backtracking throughout places. Pretty much, honestly. Because all of it was just me running through the snow and dealing with PTs. Nothing really interesting happened. Again, even if anything did interesting happen, I would have just showed it off anyway. So I wouldn't really worry about it too much. You're not like missing out or nothing. But that's kind of the thing. Like, I know last episode I mentioned I wanted to stream this, but like that's kind of the one thing I feel like would be really boring, is just a lot of the streaming is just me running from place to place, and we've already been to a lot of these places. Nothing really interesting, you know? So like, I feel like that would be boring. And I don't know, I feel like my live commentary wouldn't be that good, other than like the occasional like, yes, or whatever, or maybe I'll laugh or something. I don't know. maybe I'd talk a little more if there were like people watching. Maybe I'd answer chat questions or something. But like, I don't know. I also wouldn't probably be sitting next to my computer to begin with anyway, because I can't really see my TV from my computer. So I don't know, man. It just weird things to think about. Anyway, since I was gone, it's a very popular song. Since I was gone, some things have changed when it comes to the doctor's office. And it may be for the better, it may be for the worse, but some dickhead placed a fucking bridge in an area, although very convenient for someone coming in this direction. If, say, someone were coming from across the river, like I am, we're going to the doctor's, by the way. If someone were to, say, come from this direction, like I am, climbing up across the river, make it, there we go, you will see that there's a bridge, and you will see that the fucking bridge, hold on, let's climb over, come on, good. Just like this ladder, you're not gonna believe how like that ladder we'll get in a fucking second. Because this bridge is blocking the fucking road. You're a piece of shit. Fuck you and your 1,100,000 fucking likes, or however many likes that is. Fuck out of here with that shit. You're blocking the road, you dickhead. Oh, fuck, I dropped my pen again. Fuck you. I couldn't read that. Damn, the camera's moving too fast. You're a dickhead. Serious Iru.
Come on, Sammy boy.
Other name. Fuck you. Piece of shit. And if you're watching this, I love you though. That bridge was super useful. From like the other side of the map. That was just like a little oversight. That'd be really cool if the bridges had like holes in them that you can like customize into and like drive bikes so that like they're not blocking anything. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know. That's a thought for like a design or something. Maybe in like the next game. If they're gonna make a next game. I don't know. That'd be pretty cool though. Anyway, we made it to the doctor, which wasn't that hard to get to, all things considered. It was actually like the easiest delivery. It's just the Mountaineer that's kind of a pain in the ass.
A delivery? Oh, good. Excellent. Everything appears to be in perfect condition.
Yep. Doctor was not that hard of a thing to bring. I keep dropping my fucking stylus. Have you ever held something in your hand and it just decides that it doesn't want to be in your hand anymore, and you like chuck it halfway across the room, but like you didn't chuck it halfway across the room, the pen just decided to leap out of your hand? That's what keeps happening. It's just like, I'm not doing anything with it. It just like keeps flying out of my fucking hand. It's the weirdest thing. But unfortunately for us, we're gonna have to come back to the damn doctors. A few times, actually, if I'm not mistaken. I think maybe like once or twice. Just because the doctors themselves are important, because, you know, they're doctors.
There's something I've been meaning to ask. Would you help me join the UCA? If me being a part of it ensures more people get the medical attention they require, then it's well worth the hassle.
That's pretty commie of you, Doc. You a fucking commie? I would have said that meme where it's like, oh, what, you're gonna pee your pants like that one, but I can't remember the whole meme right now. A fucking liberal and your stupid ass healthcare for everyone. Such a horrible fucking idea. Poor people should just die with their fucking lack of medicine. Fucking commie, piece of shit. Fucking doctor ass, fucking help to society. Fuck you.
Thank you for that. I might not be as young as I once was, but I've still got plenty to offer. Oh, by the way, I came across something I thought you might find useful. You're more than welcome to it.
That was really funny. He said thank you after I told him he's a piece of shit commie. Oh my god, that was really funny. Oh man. But yeah, we have a level 2 canteen now. That's pretty neat. It gives me more stamina. I wonder if there's a level 3. That'd be pretty cool.
Lives. And as you know, every life that's saved is one fewer BT to deal with, which in the long run means even more lives are saved. Please don't give up. No matter how difficult it may become, I implore you.
Thanks, Sam. BB-28 appears to be on the road to recovery. Its affinity with the other side is growing stronger, as we hoped. The convulsions and spasms have ceased as well. I know it's tough out there without a BB, but you've got to keep on fighting the good fight. Just like the kid is. Just like BB-28 is.
Sam, we've received an order from a new client. Check the terminal in Mountain Knot City for the details, and do it soon. Sounds like someone is in need of medicine.
What if I take my sweet ass time? Like a jump cut or something. Yo, you would have no idea. Oh, wow, that's pretty close to being done. 24,000, so 300, 1,300, 18, and 32. That's not that bad. And I have a few chiral crystals I can spare. So why not finish off the chiral crystals, and then someone else can finish off the metals and ceramics. That'd be pretty neat. Then we'd have a road to Mount Knot City. And maybe, just maybe, I wouldn't want to kill myself every time I climb up that fucking river. Also, about that whole commie shit, that was just a joke. I don't know. I feel like maybe I should explain that. Maybe my sarcasm isn't going through in that one. But yeah, I was just kidding. Man, I couldn't even tell with the street. Sometimes I hear the car, like a car just drive by, and I think like, oh, okay, someone's home. But then like other times, I hear cars drive by, and it's just like a random car. Anyway, to the Mountaineer. The Mountaineer is actually a pain in the ass to get through, because you see those little rocks that he's near? Yeah, that means he's higher up. So not only are we climbing through fucking snow, we're climbing up fucking hills while fucking snow. Oh wait, hold on. That didn't come out right. While climbing fucking snow. Yeah. Antibiotics. Honestly, I would probably throw out that power skeleton. We're not going to be needing it for this area. At least not that I can remember. I don't think we're going to be carrying anything heavy. Or rather, too heavy with the power skeletons. And honestly, if anything, it'll slow us down more, because the all-terrain will help us through the snow. albeit very slightly, but it'll help us throughout the snow. Also, we can carry more ladders and anchor points with the hybrid, not the hybrid, the I'm sorry, the all-terrain skeleton. So yeah, I didn't actually get to show off the skeleton all too much, but yeah, it helps you across terrains like this. Shelters like that will be super useful, but I don't think we're going to be seeing any anytime soon. Other than that one, I don't know if I really go in there all too much. That sign tell me that there's BT activity, which means that I should probably stay near the like rocky terrain, because then I can run away a little faster with my little hybrid. I mean, why do I keep calling it a hybrid? It's not. I keep wanting to call it a hybrid skeleton, because like it gives you a little power while giving you some speed. Whereas the power gives you all power, like very little speed, and speed's all speed, like little power. So like this one's pretty much just a hybrid of the two. But yeah, I don't know. It's a little weird, I guess. And then we're gonna follow my little dots. Definitely zip lines are your best friend in this area. I haven't been in this area since being here for the playthrough. As of the day I'm recording this, I'm recording this the same day I did the last episode. So I don't remember what was here, or rather I haven't played the game since then. I've kind of just been here for like almost 3 hours now of recording. But yeah, so now we have some blood grenades, which will be useful. What you can do with the blood grenades is if you're being chased, and let's say you get touched by the BT, right? You can throw down the blood grenade as those little swamp guys pop up to grab you, and that'll disperse them immediately. Or you can piss on them too. Or you can throw EX grenades too, and that'll make them run away too. Another thing you can do with the blood grenade is, as the BT is getting close to you, you can throw it down on the ground, and since it's a grenade, a burst of blood will pop up into the air, and that'll damage the BT, causing it to either die or be stunned for a second, which is super useful. Another thing I learned recently, I wasn't passive, but one thing I learned recently too, yeah, like that, you just throw it down, and then the little swamp guys will leave you alone for a second. One thing I learned recently is that if you hold the trigger button, like the button that you used to throw the grenades, Sam will not arc the grenade, he'll actually like pitch it like a baseball, like he'll throw it like as hard as he can. So if you need to get a better, what's it called, sight, like if you don't want to arch it and it's easier for you to like throw it by just throwing it straight, like right there, maybe if I threw it harder, it would probably be a little easier than having to aim up a little bit. Also, it looks like there's a third BT right there, like a little baby one. That's because there are little baby BTs over there. That little guy, the one that just caught me, that was a little baby BT. They act the same as the regular gazers, or just really morbid. That's all. They're just super fucking morbid. Think about it. This is a dead baby. It's a Loch Ness. It's not a Loch Ness. It's a. Oh, that's cool. It's a little tar pit, like expands the thing. That's pretty good. It's a little mama's kid. That implies so much. Whew. Whew. I feel like a little asshole right now. Like, I'm kind of a dick for bringing that up. I'm gonna just not even bring any more attention to that. Because we're gonna be dealing with... Not me. Oop. Oh, I missed. Fuck. Oh, no, I got him. Hey, that worked. Oh, shit. Wait, there's more? Fuck. Okay. I don't know where they are. Yeah, see, if I like held the button down, it would probably be better. Also, I think if you hold it down, you put a little more blood in it too, so it'll disperse even wider, giving you more damage. Oh, fuck. Dude, it didn't even explode. Dick. Oh, wait, that's not a crater from the top. It's a crater from the explosion. Okay. Yeah, that's really useful. The only issue is with tactical throwing a grenade down on the ground is that if the little swamp guys touch you, you're going to be stuck and you're not going to be aiming this way. So you want to like make sure that right before you get touched is when you throw down the grenade. Also, I don't know if when you run out of stamina, like I am right now, like I don't have any of that yellow stamina, if that means I'm easier to knock down, because I haven't really had that much of an issue falling over. The only times like I ever fall over when the swamp people touch me recently, that's a big gazer, whoa, big boy, has been when was that fish stuck in the air? What the fuck? Was when I would trip and fall, or like I would try and climb a rock while getting away, and then like Sam would just topple over. Granted, they can also knock stuff out of your backpack, so I don't know if we've seen that up until this point. I don't remember. Again, this game is so long that I don't remember what the fuck we've seen already. Other than like I know I've recorded 12 episodes up until this point, and there's still another. Well, after this one, another 10. But yeah, this game's pretty long. I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my time with this game, and I still enjoy playing it every once in a while. I haven't really had the time to play it. I've been really busy these past few days because it's like finals week at school. So yeah, I haven't like had the most time to like sit down and record a voiceover or sit down and just play the game in general. But because I've been busy like making my art pieces and making shit to deal with my professors. Yeah, so I don't really have any other place to vent this. Maybe I can have like a BlakJak vents or something. I want to do like an animation thing, because I have like some really funny work stories that I feel like would be really fun to animate. But yeah, so I had this professor this semester. My fucking god, he's the worst professor I've ever had in my long historied career of being at my particular community college. Also, Sam can't climb up rocks for some reason. But fuck, man, he's the worst. Oh my god, he's one of the worst. So let me explain to you why he's the worst. Okay, we have a long time. We're gonna be going to the Mountaineer, and it gives me something to talk about that isn't staring blankly at the snow for an hour. So it all starts at the beginning of this semester, right? I have a Monday class with him from 1 to 5. It's a 4-hour class. It's the class is Digital Fundamentals, and the reason why I took it is pretty much because I'm an idiot. And when signing up for classes, I forgot to hit the enroll button because I signed up really early too. I signed up for my fall classes back in like June or so, and when I put them all in the thing, in the program and like the website, I was able to sign up and I get all the classes that I wanted. Like I wanted to take like graphic design, which I thankfully did. I was going to take this other class. I think it was like a freshman preparation class, even though I'm like a super senior. Super senior in terms of like a community college, like a 2-year school. I'm here for like 4 years. Long story. Long story of interesting things that had occurred. Anyway, but yeah, so whatever. I signed up for like a bunch of classes. And Digital Fundamentals was not one of them. I actually had a different class in mind to take. And I forgot to hit the enroll button. Because to me, I thought the next step was payment, and then whatever. I thought as long as I have them in my cart, I would be signed up for the classes. And that's not how it works on my site, on my school site. So the way it works on my school site is you pick out your classes, and then once you get your schedule figured out, then you hit enroll, and then you're enrolled in your classes, and then you can pay after that. I'm a retard. I've been doing this for 4 years, and I don't know why I keep forgetting. Like, I don't know why I keep forgetting it's like a 4 or 5 step fucking process to pick classes. Well, anyway, so my retard ass fucking went all summer thinking, yeah, I'm signing up for classes. I'm all excited because I have a really good schedule this semester. Like, I get to sleep in, go in at like 10 every other day, fucking whatever. I get home relatively early. I can do shit. Whatever, like, I could sleep in and not have to deal with insomnia issues. I was wrong. Okay, so then August hit. And I was like, oh, cool, I now have money to pay for my classes because I was working all summer and supplies and shit is fucking expensive. And fucking, oh my god, dude. So then I realized that I never enrolled into my school because I got a text message from my school being like, hey, you would like to enroll in your classes, whatever. I'm like, what are you talking about? I already enrolled. So I checked, and it turns out I never did. I was like, oh my god. So I had to fucking, in a panic, I had to remake my schedule. And I was so fucking angry. Anyway, I took a digital fundamentals class. Again, it's Monday, 1 to 5, and holy shit, is this the worst fucking class I've ever taken. Now, I don't know what I was expecting for this class, even though the syllabus tells me like all the fucking projects we're gonna do. Like, we had to do like an impossible composition. We're gonna make a GIF. I think one of them was like a meme thing we're gonna make. I was super excited for this class, but my professor sucks dick. More on that in a second, though.
Thank you. I gave her the medicine.
Yeah, so my professor is a dickhead, okay? Everyone in my class hates him. I don't think there's a single person in my class that likes his class. At all. It's pretty bad. Oh my god. So, where should I begin? So let's start with like day 1, I guess, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to break up this cutscene. This talk with like what's going on in the actual game, just because, it's the fucking game, I guess. But I will get there. I will get to my story in a second.
She says she's feeling better already. But I'm not kidding myself. Even if they did work that fast, the doctor said she needs a lot more than antibiotics. She's carrying our child. I want her looked at as soon as possible. Please, I need you to go to the doctor for me. He's got some kind of machine. Thinks it might help. I couldn't make out the details. Damn connection kept dropping out. But someone needs to go and fetch it. Take anything you need from that shelf. Hell, just take all of it. Good work.
Ooh, we're gonna get some stuff for this mission. That's pretty neat. So we're gonna have to run back over to the doctor's, and then I don't know if I cut that out. I'm not looking at the timeline again because I have to. Thanks. Let me check real quick. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna be just cutting back and forth to it because we've pretty much already been there.
The clients requested that you complete this order as soon as possible. In other words, speed will determine your eval. Keep in mind, however, that when operating outside network coverage, you won't be able to fabricate additional items. You'll need to choose carefully from the equipment provided by the client. Now, the clock won't start until you set out. So, take your time to get your gear in order before you do.
Right. So, anyway, let's start with day 1. So, day 1 is usually the simple day. It's where we look over the syllabus, and then typically we just get the fuck out of the class. But since we had a 4-hour class, 1 to 5, we started doing some work. And it wasn't really much work. It was just pretty much getting used to like Photoshop, which I've already taken a Photoshop class. I know a little bit about Photoshop. And oh my god, the issues really start the following week, because he seemed like he was like a decent teacher or whatever. We've seen some of his works because he was showing us in class or whatever. Like, it was like, okay, cool. You know what the fuck you're talking about. All right, cool. I'm down with this class. I was not down with this class soon fucking after, because this fucker had us. Oh my god. Okay, so for the first, I think it was 2 weeks. So mind you, week 3 of a 15-week semester. By week 3, we had finished learning about Adobe Bridge. Now that means week 2 we worked on Bridge, and week 3 we worked on Bridge. If you don't know what Adobe Bridge is,
Sam, in light of the patient's condition, I've gone ahead and put a time limit on this order. You can still deliver the cargo after it runs out, but I want you to move hell and earth to get there before it does. I know we keep piling things on you, but your BB unit can wait a little longer. And besides, beefing up the chiral network there should help it get better faster.
and so what Adobe Bridge is, it's essentially a file viewer. Most standard computers come with those. So honestly, we probably could have done that on the day that we were learning the syllabus, because it's a 4 fucking hour class. We probably could have been like, yeah, so we're probably gonna be using this Bridge program. We didn't fucking use the Bridge program, and like he probably could have just showed us like the basics of it, but no. What he ended up doing was, the first week he mentioned, oh, we're going to need a lynda.com account. And luckily for us, where I live, we can get a free lynda.com account as long as we have a library card that's within our jurisdiction, our county. Luckily for us. That's awesome. So I got myself my fucking library card or whatever, and I had a hard time figuring out how to sign up my library card to lynda.com. It's kind of a pain in the fucking ass, but I figured it out eventually. So the second week, everyone's having a hard time with this fucking lynda.com thing. Everyone's having a hard time with this shit. No one understands how to do it. To be granted, at that point, I also had no idea how to do it because I hadn't got my library card. I got to by the third week. But like, everyone's having this fucking issue. Oh cool, yeah, that's the lightning bolt I was telling you guys about. But yeah, so everyone is having this fucking issue with the lightning bolt, with the lynda.com. And so he decided that we're no longer going to be using lynda.com. And the reason we were going to be using lynda.com, and I died because of this weird glitch. I have no idea how that happened. I just endlessly fell. That was pretty interesting. But yeah, welcome to the seam again. It's like the third time we've been to the seam, maybe? Probably. I don't know. Second time? Second or third time. I was like, God damn it. How the fuck that happened? Touching the other player's souls strengthens your connections, enabling you to share more items and facilities with them. So that part. Also, here's a baby. Boy. Thanks, baby. You're here with me even when you're not here with me. So yeah, this fucking guy decided that we no longer need lynda.com. And what we needed lynda.com for to begin with was to do our homework. Yeah, that's right. We had homework to do on lynda.com. I fell down a mountain again. Now, granted, that's all well and good, but since no one knew how the fuck to get on lynda.com, by the way, I was having a hard time falling down this mountain for some reason. I don't know. I don't know why. I just kept falling down this fucking mountain. He decided that he wanted to cancel out the stupid lynda.com bullshit that no one had the fucking ability to use.
Sam, access the delivery terminal.
So what he did instead was show us lynda.com. So we spent 2 fucking weeks on lynda.com.
Mountaineer just contacted me. The treatment I prescribed isn't working. We need to act fast. I hope the antibiotics would alleviate the worst of the symptoms, but it looks like we're past that stage. An infection like this so late in the pregnancy can cause any number of complications. Even if she survives, there is a risk she could suffer brain damage, even brain death. Now, I need you to deliver this prototype bioprinter and remote medical terminal to the Mountaineer. connect them to me via the chiral network, I can use this equipment to diagnose the patient's condition and provide treatment. The terminal will allow them to transmit their genetic code, with which I can formulate a DNA vaccine for printing. At present, only vaccines utilizing viruses and other non-living components can be generated in this fashion, but future advancements may free us of this limitation. It should go without saying, but this is delicate equipment. Don't break it, whatever you do. Oh, and thank you.
We spent 2 fucking weeks on lynda.com watching these stupid fucking videos on Bridge, the file locator program. Now granted, Bridge has some pretty cool shit to it, but honestly we could have he could have just fucking taught us how to use Bridge. By the 3rd week we were still on Bridge, still learning from lynda.com's videos. No offense to lynda.com's videos, I mean they're really useful, but why are we watching them in class? He should just assign them as homework. Like, he should have told us how to get on lynda.com. Probably teach us that, you know? And then he probably could have been like, yeah, here's a little assignment for you to do, you know, get used to Bridge or whatever. And then week 2, we could have moved on to Photoshop and probably learned something, you know, probably something valuable. But no, that was the first red flag. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. I shit you not, he doesn't know what he's fucking doing. I remember 2nd week, I was like, I didn't know what Bridge was at the time. So I was like, oh cool, new thing to learn about. And I rose, like after watching like 1 or 2 videos and like playing around the thing, I looked at him, I raised my hand and I was like, yeah, so is this like Microsoft like file locator or whatever the fuck it's called? What is this fucking thing called? File viewer? Whatever, like is this just like the regular like libraries? And he looked at me like I had like 20 heads. I'm not even fucking kidding you. Like he blinked twice and he was like, well no, you can look up files on this. And I stared at him and I was like, yeah, like the Microsoft or the Mac version of the same thing equivalency? And he looked at me, he's like, but no, you can look at the pictures. Like on the thing. I'm like, yeah, you can do that too. And then he just stared at me. He's like, just watch the video. I'm like, oh, all right, whatever, man. So yeah, that was kind of like a red flag. And then the 4th week. So I know I'm skipping around like week by week, but like it's all kind of like connected at some point. And then like the 4th week happens, man. So the 4th week, we finally start to learn about Photoshop. Mind you, again, each week is 4 fucking hours. We didn't need to spend 8 hours on Bridge. We could have spent an hour on Bridge, probably taught us like, hey, this is what you may be able to use. It might help you out, whatever. You know. So by the way, I almost positive I just cut to Mountain City, and then we're gonna climb up the mountain again, back to the Mountaineer. Save his pregnant wife with this cool robot thing. Just for those of you trying to figure out what the hell's going on. But yeah. So this dude we finally start learning Photoshop. And our first assignment was to take an art piece and edit it so that it looks good. And he had a presentation about it. And, you know, all well and good. Right? Oh yeah, mind you, we were supposed to make a website. That's right. That's the other thing. So, the fucking, oh my god, this guy is... The day of the syllabus, like the first week, I'm sorry for jumping around all over things, but week 1, it was syllabus, and then he had like a small presentation, and then he wanted us to make a website. Which most, if not all of us, already had, because every other one of our... Are those porters? Neat. Yeah, so like most of our other classes had us post our images, our artworks up to a website. So I had already a website up for essentially all my classes, so that my professors can just go on my website and then like look up all my artwork and then grade me off of that. And I actually had a second website using WordPress because I was taking a portfolio prep class this semester as well, and it needs us to that class specifically needs us to have one so that we can use it as like a transfer website, which is fine. So I was like, all right, cool, I'll make 2 websites. But this guy was not content on having a website that has all our classes on it. No, he wants one dedicated to him, to his class, Digital Fundamentals. And I remember I brought it up. I was like, yeah, so what if I have a website already for all my other classes? And he was like, why would you do that? I'm like, why wouldn't I do that? And he essentially told me that he said that I could do it, but that he'll mark my grade lower because, or something along those lines, because I wasn't putting in all the work. Like, what the fuck, motherfucker? I already did the work, asshole. What the fuck are you talking about? So, yeah, so that was like week 1. Yes, anyway, skipping back to the 4th week, we were learning about Photoshop. So once we learn about Photoshop and like how to make our pictures, like documents, our pictures a little better, we then proceed to spend the remaining I think it was like 8 weeks, like the next 8 weeks, doing the same shit. Just taking photos of our artwork and making them look better. We took photos of his artwork and made them look better. What the fuck are we doing? It's been 8 weeks and all we've done was retouch photos. Mind you, I was okay with this at this point because I had no fucking idea what was going on in the class, like what we were really supposed to be doing in this class. Cut to week 9. We're still doing Photoshop retouches of artwork. I'm not even fucking kidding. We're still doing retouches for artwork. Granted, each time it was slightly different. It was like, hey, play with the vibrance. Hey, play with the cropping. Hey, color on it with the fucking Photoshop. Like, draw on it, you know, do something a little different with it. Whatever. 1 week, he asked us to go outside and take pictures of the campus, and so that we can fuck around with them for our homework. But since I'm lazy, I don't like going outside. It was also kind of cold. And again, I'm lazy. I don't really want to fucking deal with the cold. So I just scooted over my wheelie chair to the window and took a picture of the outside. And he looked at me. He was like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I took a picture of the outside. Grass. He was like, no, I want you to go outside. I was like, I did. I took a picture of the outside. He's like, no, like, leave the room and take a picture. I'm like, all right, whatever. So then I took a picture of the hallway. And then I walked right back inside. He was like, no, John, goddamn, go outside, take a picture of a tree, and then come back inside. And I was like, all right, but I can work with this. I was like, no, you gotta do it my way. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I went outside, opened the door to the building, took a picture of the outside, and then walked right back in. He was like, John, you can't fucking possibly have found a composition by looking outside. I was like, what did you do? And I was like, I went outside, took a picture, I came back inside. He was like, you got a decent composition? I'm like, yeah, I think so. I can work with this. What do you want from me, dude? I honestly, the picture I took the first time would have given me a bigger challenge than the third one, because the way I took the picture was through like netting. Like, you know how like windows have like the glass window, and then there's like another pane that's like nets for like insects. So I took a picture of like some trees and like part of the road through like the net, And I kind of wanted to experiment with Photoshop and relearn the technique using like levels to like get all the like similar contrast colors and stuff, and then like delete them. And then like I using like the spot tool, I can like fix in that net, because netting wasn't actually that bad. You can actually see through it perfectly, but there was like a segment of it that you can see like the crossing of the nets of it. So I wanted to fuck around with that. That would have been such an interesting challenge for me to like get rid of. But no, he didn't want that. He wanted me to take a picture of the outside so then I can play around with the brightness and then make it go from like summertime green trees to like fall time colorful trees. And like at this point I kind of caught on that he has no idea what the fuck he's doing. It was like week 4, honestly. And he has, honestly, he has no fucking idea what he's doing. And me and some other the students like started like talking about him. Like by this point, like we were trying to figure out like, does like, is he like testing us? Like, is he like one of those teachers that makes us like learn it on our own and figure it out on our own, or does he absolutely have no idea what the fuck he's talking about? It turns out it's the latter. He has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Because he can't answer like simple Photoshop questions like some of the names of the tools, you know, like not even like the hard ones too, like dodge and burn. Like he had no idea what the fuck they were called. He was like, yeah, you use this one to darken it, and then you hold it, and then this one lightens it. And I'm like, yeah, what are they called? And he had no fucking idea. It was, and it's like the program tells you too. Like he had to like look. He went on to Google to look this shit up. I'm not even fucking kidding you, man. We all stared at him. We were like, what are you doing, dude? And he's like, oh yeah, dodge and burn. It's like that technique that you would do like the old time. And then like he gave us like a slight history lesson. He was like, oh yeah, you know why it's called dodge and burn? I'm like, do you know why it's called dodge and burn? Motherfucker, you Googled that shit for like 2 seconds. How the fuck do you not know what? Like, like he didn't Google it. Like he held the, I'm exaggerating that little piece. Like what he did was he put the mouse over the thing, like the little icon, and then like it would tell you what it is, and that's how he remembered what it was called. Like, bro, you're teaching us this class. You should know what these are called. Are you not prepared for each class? Like, are you winging it, or what the fuck are you doing? I'm surprised you got the pen tool called pen, you know, like I'm surprised you didn't call it like something different. Like, fucking God. This dude is ridiculous. Anyway, that was order number 50. Urgent medical device delivery, Mountaineer. ASAP.
Delivering cargo.
Oh my God. There's more to this story. I'm telling the whole semester, friend.
You're here. Oh, thank God. She's barely holding on. Any longer, and I don't know what I'd have done.
So yeah, by like week, I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit because I pretty much got like all the interesting parts out of the way. But yeah, by like week 9, we were still doing like Photoshop like retouches. Honestly, it was really annoying. We weren't doing anything interesting. We weren't doing anything on the syllabus. We weren't doing impossible anything. We weren't doing any GIFs. We weren't doing any memes. We weren't doing anything fun. It was just Photoshop retouches, and like a lot of this could have been taught by like the second week. Like, yeah, here are some basic tools. These could be useful, whatever. Whatever. And then, like, maybe make, like, an assignment. Like, fine, 1 retouch a week. Like, for the first week or whatever. It would have been fine. But no, we had to do, like, 8 or 9 of them. And then one day, I'm hanging out outside the hallway near the staircase with a friend of mine. From class. Not from our class, but from a different class. And I'm shooting the shit with him. And I look over, and I see this, like, display case with, like, some student artwork.
The doctor said we need a chiral connection for this to work. So, hook us up. We'll join the UCA, whatever it takes. Go ahead.
So yeah, I look over to this case, and I see all this cool-ass artwork. And I'm looking and I'm like, oh shit, is this like graphic design? Because it looks all computer, like digital. And I was like, it's like if this isn't, no, I'm sorry, I didn't say graphic design. Is this digital imaging? And because my friend was in that class, he just had come out of that class. And he goes, no, this is digital fundamentals. And I stare at him. And I'm like, digital fundamentals? He's like, yeah, digital fundamentals with, and he names his teacher. And I'm just like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. What? He's like, yeah, this is digital fundamentals with whatever his name is. I'm like, I'm in digital fundamentals, but I have this guy. Oh, the fucking power gloves! Yo, the power gloves are great. Sorry. The power gloves are awesome. They allow you to punch harder and they make you climb stuff a lot faster.
Doctor? Okay, I'll activate the terminal from my end. Just a moment. Everything's going to be all right. With this device, I can examine her as if I were actually there. The manipulators on the terminal perfectly reflect my movements here. And with a bioprinter, I can provide a custom-made vaccine. It's just a shame my better half hasn't had a chance to build any more of these things. You're looking at the only ones we have. Don't worry, though. We'll do everything we can to ensure your child is safely delivered.
Oh, thank you. This is incredible.
You should thank him. The network he's helping to build is going to change the face of medicine forever. All right. Let's have a look at you.
You've brought us the next best thing to a live-in Dr. Sam. Thank you so much.
Nicely done. BB-28 will be back in action soon. The kid's a real trooper. Stay the course, Sam.
Heads up, Sam. Got a fresh order for you from a certain Mountaineer. It'll take you to a region not yet covered by the chiral network. Suffice it to say, this is a chance to change that. Look into it as soon as you can.
Oh, that's right, the psychic. Yeah, that's the other person. That's here. We're talking about her in, well, they're going to be talking about her in a second. I'm just going to sit down here real quick and take a breath because Sam needs to rest. And I think I just ended the session there, if I'm not mistaken. I either ended the session there or yeah, I did, and then I come back. Yeah. So the power gloves, they're really awesome. They increase your strength and they help you climb stuff faster.
You're gonna love power gloves. They provide a major boost to arm and grip strength. If you're scaling a cliff with a rope, you'll be able to make your way to the top a lot faster. You'll also notice a difference when lifting heavy cargo. And that's not all. Ever take a tumble down a steep slope? You probably tried to slow your descent with your hands, right? Well, if you've got these on, you'll be able to stop yourself that much more quickly. Just promise me you won't try punching someone, okay? That's not what they're for.
Just made me want to punch the mules in the face. I'm gonna make them right fucking now, just to punch people in the face. Why'd you tell me to not punch people in the face? I'm going to punch people in the fucking face. This is the single greatest thing in this game, other than the Otterhood. There's a lot of great things in this game. But yeah, so where the fuck was I? Oh yeah, so I'm talking to my friend, and I look over, and there's a display case with artwork on it, and it's from Digital Fundamentals with some other class. And I ask him, I'm like, oh, what are you guys doing in this class that I do this? And he told us like, oh yeah, right now we're doing the impossible composition. And I was like, that sounds fucking fun. Oh, the photographer. Okay, I thought it was a psychic. My bad. I guess the psychic's a little later then. Anyway, but yeah, I was like, oh, that sounds fucking awesome. My friend made some fucking like anime shit, like some wild out like fucking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fucking anime shit. It was so funny. And I was staring at it, and then I got so fucking pissed. I was like, are you dead ass? And he's like, yeah, we're making all this cool ass art, whatever. And I just happened to see this guy that's in my class, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's in my class too. And the guy looks over, and I was like, yeah, my class sucks dick. he's in my class, he knows. And he looks over, but he wasn't even like paying attention to what we were talking about. Like he just happened to walk by and he's like, yeah, Professor sucks dick. And then he just like leaves and goes down the stairs. It was really funny. And oh my God, the whole time I was so angry. But then I told him, I was like, yo, come back, check out what this other class is doing. And he looks at it and he went from like looking all right to looking fucking pissed the fuck off. Like his face like started to get like slightly red. He's like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. He's the worst professor I've ever had. Oh my God. And he like started ranting off on him too. Fuck, he was, oh my God, he's a horrible professor. So then fucking eventually some week later, maybe like the next week or the week after, like that, we got another work, and like by now I'm fucking done. I don't give a shit about this class. Meanwhile, like he's given us 2 reports back about our website, and he's like, yeah, you don't, in the notes he wrote, he was like, yeah, you know, I kind of wish you participated more. You seem to have a lot of knowledge on the programs, about whatever. It would help the class. And in parentheses he wrote, and especially me, exclamation point, out, and it would be really useful. And I'm like, yo, you've got to be fucking kidding me. You actually have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Are you dead ass? So now I'm fucking with the dude. Every chance I get, I'm fucking with him. Like, he thought I was being fucking, like, annoying before just because I didn't want to leave the fucking room. No, now I'm gonna start fucking with him. Oh, was I fucking with him? So, cut like a week later, we're doing a grid because I didn't want to come into class one week and then we got a snow day another week. So now we're in like week 13 or whatever. And we had this like project where we're supposed to like use the mask tool to like make something look off. Whatever. I didn't fucking do it because I don't want to deal with this class. And so our next project was just a basic grid. And for those of you who don't know what a grid is, when we're talking about like an art project or whatever, a grid is basically you take a bunch of photos and then you align them up such that they make a grid, essentially, you know, like graph paper, like that kind of thing. And you leave spaces in between them, and then those spaces in between become the grid, and it like looks nice. And you can fuck around with it. You don't have to make like a whatever grid, like a standard graph paper looking grid. You can make it look cool. The same guy that walked down the stairs was like fucking worst professor ever or whatever. He made one that was really cool. Had like a cross shape to it, and they had like 4 3x3 grids in the spaces. It was pretty cool. You know, like you can fuck around with the grids or whatever. So I have a bird, green tree conure, and I have about 100 pictures of my bird. Honestly, like I have a shit ton, but I only have like 50 on my USB, and I didn't feel like looking through my phone and putting them onto my computer that way. So I threw the 50 or so pictures into Photoshop, and I just made a basic grid. And in it, I was supposed to make like a 36 by 36 inch piece of paper grid, like on Photoshop and then whatever. But the amount of photos I had on there didn't fit on the grid because I made them 4 by 3s inches, so that I can get about 5 columns, 10 in a row, and then no, it was 5 columns and then 10. No, sorry. Fuck. I'm stumbling on words. It's 5 rows, 10 columns, so 10 by 5 grid. And even with that, it was still not enough photos to fill out the 36 by 36 inches grid or paper, because I only used 4 by 3s, or I scaled them down to 4 by 3. So I just spaced them out, and it's like one line, one line, one line, one line. And there's like a giant space in between each ones to fill out that 36 thing, whatever. But the reason why I wanted to fuck with them in this project was because instead of making a grid like the normal way, I wanted to make a grid, a line. Like, I wanted to take 50 photos of my bird and then shrink them such that they're super thin, and then make like a tic-tac-toe grid. out of pictures to fuck with him. Just because, why not? He wasn't very specific on how it's supposed to look like. He said he could do whatever you want, so why not make it stupid? Is that my truck? Oh shit! Is that my truck? Hey, there's my truck over there. It's lit. Yo, can I cross this river real quick? No, it's really thick. I don't think I should cross the river on foot. Let me use my truck. Hell yeah. Is my truck even like fully powered? I mean, I dropped it off here because it was dying. You know, that's more than enough power to get across the water. Yeah, that's good. Oh, it's lightning. That means it's damage. But yeah, so I wanted to do that for my grid project. And then, fucking this week, oh my god, the other day. I come in, I show off, whatever. The only reason why I did like the actual basic grid is because making an actual like line grid out of 50 photos would be really annoying. I didn't feel like spending the time to do that. So, oh, mind you, I've been fucking with him this whole time. Like, once I realized like he's shit at his job, like I've been fucking with him, kind of passive aggressively. Like I've been like talking back to him and like doing the opposite of what he's telling me to do. Nothing like interesting or funny, whatever. Just like me being a little shit, pretty much. So this week, the Monday that just passed, he was like, all right, cool. So, what are you guys doing for your portfolio prep class? And I explained to him that the thing that we're being graded on in that class is just our website or whatever. There's how you get the Rust in Pieces trophy by cutting the BT's thing. You actually get a like from cutting the umbilical cords from the BT. It's pretty cool. Yep, right there, like from BT. So yeah, that's how that went. And then oh my god. And then he was like, yeah, okay, so that's I was gonna have the final just be the website and then see whatever changes. Oh, that's right. Fuck. Now I remember one funny way that I was fucking with him. So he was looking at our websites, and he told us to, before the grid, like this is like maybe week 8 or week 7 or week 9, like around there. It's probably week 9 because at that point I wanted just to fuck with him. He was like, oh yeah, all your websites kind of suck, essentially. He didn't say that specifically, but like he meant that. That's what he meant. He was like, yeah, I want you guys to put all your work in one tab so that it would be very easy to read. You know, it'd be very intuitive is exactly what it is. He wants it to be intuitive. So I said, okay. He's like, I want you to call it work whatever. I forgot what he whatever he wanted to call it. He wanted to call like work 14 whatever. And so at this point I changed the about page on my website. I pretty much wrote like, hey, my name is John, you can call me John or whatever you want, just don't be offended when I don't talk to you. Well, you know, I was just being a dick the whole time, like fucking thing. I can probably read it out for you guys if you want. But yeah, I wrote some like passive aggressive shit on there, and then I wrote like, and then I removed all my tabs, so I had like the blog separated and I had all my artwork separated, and he wanted us to merge the two together into one tab, so I did that as he asked. And he essentially goes,
delivering cargo.
You're from Bridges, right? You don't have anything else for me, do you? No? Okay. Never mind. Never thought I'd receive a delivery in such excellent condition.
Didn't I like fall down a mountain while delivering this? The fuck are you talking about? Yeah, 22 damage. What the fuck? Yo, you guys need to up your standards, friend. Like, I fell down a fucking mountain for you. Like, what? I definitely did get an S rank on this. Like, I'll tell you that much. I fell down a mountain and took 22 damage. Hell no, I didn't get an S rank on this one. I'll get back to the story in a second. Don't worry, guys. I'm not leaving on a cliffhanger. Oh no, shit! I did get an S rank. Oh, okay, cool. Oh man. I'll get there in a second. Hold on. I want this little cutscene so that I'm not like constantly interrupting the story. I didn't realize this story would take me so long to tell. I guess I am rambling. It's just,
Hey,
I don't know.
I have a favor to ask. Do you think you could find my father's camera for me? It's kind of a long story, but he used to conduct field research in the area. My father believed that the key to understanding the Death Stranding was hidden here, somewhere in the caves and strata. But he passed away before he could complete his work, leaving me to finish what he started. And not long ago, I found something amazing. I was sure it was what my father had been looking for, even if I couldn't see how it related to the Death Stranding myself. What I needed was an expert opinion, someone who could look at what I'd found and tell me what it meant. So, I grabbed my father's camera and set out to document my discovery. Took pictures of every last detail. But on the way back, I spotted a group of armed men and I panicked, dropped everything and ran like hell. Thankfully, they never saw me, but when I stopped running, I realized the camera was gone, case and all. I've been trying to pluck up the courage to go and look for it ever since. But then I remembered that the cargo tag was still on the case. And I figured, you being with bridges and all, that you might have a way to pinpoint its location. Please, I'd give anything to have it back. I'm gonna put in the order. Please understand, that camera means everything to me. Until I know it's safe, I can't think about anything else. There's a terminal there you can use if you want to get started right away. Here. It's what I'd take if I were going myself. Knock yourself out.
Good work.
So yeah, he essentially wanted us to merge the blog posts and the artwork posts together, like our homework posts together into one page. And so I did that. And the day we were going over it, he was looking at it. And he was like, "What's this down here?" And I was like, "Oh, those are the blog posts." He was like, "Why are these here?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Yeah, why aren't they in a separate tab?" And I was like, "You told us to fucking put them in one thing." Also, mind you, I named the tab something like fucking cheeky, just like I named it exactly what he wanted it to, but he didn't want us to name it the exact thing. Like he wanted us to name it like Digital Fundamentals Work or some shit like that, but I named it like the entire title. Like he wanted to be named like DFW week and then whatever, and like name the week and then like have everything up, whatever. But I spread them cheeks. Like I fucking wrote down the entire fucking title just to be annoying. Also, she gave us like 3 guns. We're going to war here? What the fuck are we doing? We're just recovering a camera, right? Why are we going to war? Anyway, so yeah, this fucking guy, he essentially was like, "Oh yeah, wait, why is this down here?" I'm like, "Oh, because you told us to do that." He's like, "I did?" Like, what the fuck you mean you did? Yeah, you did. I wouldn't have done it I wouldn't have made this extra work for myself if you hadn't fucking brought it up in the first place, you asshole. Of course, exaggerating. Right? But he goes, "Oh yeah, well, I guess that gives me something to reflect upon about myself." And I was like, do you need help? What the fuck is going on right now? And then like this fucking idiot. Oh my god. So from this week, sorry, I just remembered that and I wanted to bring up the other thing.
Huh.
No, I didn't.
Looks
I just
like
got here.
someone's carrying it around.
Cool. I don't care. Die-Hardman. Anyway, so split to this week. This fucking guy. So he tells us that our last project, instead of the website now, is going to be a grid. He wants us to make another fucking grid. He wants us to change a grid. He wants us to change our grid and make a new grid. He wants us to do that. So I said, okay. My pictures are all of a bird. I want my grid to be a bird. I want my grid to be in the shape of a bird, and then fill the pictures up with the bird. I thought that would be really funny, really clever, a really cool idea. He didn't like that idea, and not for the reason why you think he wouldn't like the idea, because he likes the idea. Like he has an issue with the way I'm making the idea. And at this point, I fucking had it. This is 14 weeks. I've been dealing with this past... Oh, by the way, this whole time, this whole fucking semester, he is super condescending. He is super fucking passive-aggressive. He's a bit of an asshole. He treats everyone and everything like we're in fucking high school. Like, we're adults who paid to be in his class. The same class in which he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing and then asks students to teach him how to do shit that he should be teaching the students. The whole fucking semester is like this. So at some point, I'm kind of done with it, really. I'm fucking tired of this shit. So I draw out the bird. I was looking at a picture of my bird, and I like kind of was using it as a reference to like draw out a simple grid. And then I scanned it using one of the scanners in the classroom, and I threw it into InDesign. Now, this whole semester we've been working in Photoshop because Photoshop is the only program that my professor seems to know. Mind you, this isn't a Photoshop class. This is a digital fundamentals course, meaning that we are able, or were able, to learn the fundamentals of multiple different programs. Programs like Illustrator, InDesign, fucking Photoshop even, Bridge, you know, whatever else. If we wanted to, we could have used Lightroom. You know, that would have been cool to learn about. After Effects even, like, whatever. But no, he wants us to just use Photoshop. So he got really upset when he looked over and saw me in InDesign. This is the fucking pettiest shit ever, dude. I'm not even kidding. This guy is mad petty for no fucking reason. He looks over and goes, I would appreciate it if everyone was doing the work in this class, for this class. And no one said a thing, right? And then he taps me on the shoulder and goes, right, John? And I look over at him like, yeah. Okay. It's not even exaggerating at this point. That's exactly how I said it. He didn't take that very likely. 5 minutes later, he goes, "Okay, guys, I'm gonna walk around the room at whatever time." And then I guess he must have said something along the lines of like, "First person from break will be the first person I get to," or whatever. He probably said that. I wasn't listening. I was fucking working because I'm doing my work. I'm in InDesign, mind you, to get the points down on my grid so that I can line it up, and then I can just throw the photos into each shape and it will just snap into place instead of having me to fucking warp every picture into place. It's just a lot easier for me to throw them into InDesign and make a shape and then put a picture in the shape and it'll fit into the shape, if that makes any sense to you. There was a song, by the way, that played. I don't know which one it is. I totally forgot. Here. Oh, is this a glitch? So there's a glitch in this game. If a song starts to play and you enter a terminal and he starts talking to people over the terminal, the audios are muted for people over the terminal. Let me see if you can hear it when Die-Hardman and the photographer start to speak real quick.
See it again. like it always did. Oh, you don't know what this means to me.
Yeah, it sounded a little lower to me. And maybe it's a lot easier to hear on Die-Hardman, because I remember that song was playing, whatever song it was, and then it's gonna tell me right now what song it is. And then like I got to Die-Hardman, it was like super low, and I was like, oh, why does that sound off? I didn't realize the song was still playing in the background. But yeah, so I'm using InDesign, and everyone left for break, like they left for their whatever to get snacks or whatever. That must have actually been the other song of the other band. I actually didn't catch that name. I skipped through it really quickly. But I mean, it was there, so you guys can see it really quickly. But yeah, he was basically telling us that like whoever's back from break is the first one that he's going to talk to.
It was my father's idea to move all the way out here. He thought he could get to the bottom of the Death Stranding all by himself. And we were right behind him. But look where it got us. If you hadn't come along when you did, the camera would be gone, and all our hard work would have been lost before anyone had a chance to see it. We can't let that happen. The world needs to hear about this. Someone out there will know what it means. So, connect us up. We want to be a part of the UCA.
The story is way longer than it needs to be, honestly. I'm not even exaggerating. I just wanted to tell you guys from like the beginning of the semester, just to give you like a concept of like how shitty of a person this professor is. I haven't even gotten to like the evaluation yet. That evaluation is fucking. Oh, I laid into this person. Like holy shit. On that evaluation, man. Fuck, I'll let you guys know what that is too. But yeah, damn, dude. I went a little overboard on that evaluation. But he's such an asshole. Like, fuck. We got the shotgun and the riot shotgun. The riot shotgun is just a non-lethal version of the regular shotgun. Pretty standard.
I truly hope our work will help to make a difference. Thanks again. I hope we get to meet again before too long.
Sam, it's Hartman. That camera you recovered contains some fascinating footage. The data stored on it was automatically shared with us after you added the photographer's shelter to the network, along with her father's research materials. Anyway, my lab still doesn't have a high-speed chiral connection, but I was able to check one of the images against a database at HQ. Based on my preliminary calculations, and the photographic and documentary evidence in our archives, I would estimate the paintings to be in the region of 30,000 years old, if not older. The artists were likely Neanderthals or other precursors who were migrating across the continent. See the dolphin-like creatures there? At the time, the cave would have been situated even farther from the coast than it is now. So how could the artists possibly have encountered dolphins? Answer: they couldn't. It is my belief that they had a brush not with dolphins, but with beach things. And that would mean the Death Stranding is not the first phenomenon of its kind, that it has happened before. Since the birth of our planet, countless species have gone extinct, from bacteria to dinosaurs. Scientists refer to the largest known mass extinctions as the Big Five. But there have, of course, been many other extinction events, albeit on a smaller scale. What if the artists were trying to document one such event, that of their own extinction? It would be the first record in Earth's history of a Death Stranding. And it would also lend credence to my theories. The sooner you come and connect me to the network, the sooner we'll know. Just imagine the mysteries we'll be able to solve. I'll be waiting, Sam.
Wonderful news, Sam. BB-28's vitals are nearly within optimal operating parameters. Just before I called, it opened its eyes. It was looking all over, as if searching for someone. And then, our eyes met. For a moment, I think. I tell you, it was almost enough to make me want to keep the kid for myself. Anyway, I still
will need to run diagnostics and make adjustments as needed. However, the fluctuating local chiral levels could pose a problem. Think you can bring one more site into the network? Once you have, and once I have subsequently confirmed that AB is functioning reliably, I'll release it into your custody. This is the last step. I promise. Just one more site. That's all we should need. Good luck.
Yeah, see, it should have been a little louder than what's going on right now. So I don't know. Maybe it was just me being off the day I heard this, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on the audio glitch. I could have sworn it was a lot louder. But anyway, yeah. So then he sees that I'm using. Oh no. So everyone left for break, and I didn't. I was staying to, continuing my work. So in essence, I never left the room. And remember, I forgot that he mentioned that the first person back from break would be the first person he talks to about his or her final his or her final project or whatever. So he walks up to me and he goes, "So, John." And I'm like, "So, Professor." He's like, "You're the first one." I'm like, "Oh, why am I the first one?" It's a really weird way to start things off. He goes, "Oh, because you're the first one here." I'm like, "No, I wasn't. I was late. I was like the third person late." Like third from last person to be late to class. He's like, "No, from break." I'm like, "Oh, break. Yeah. See, that's the important word. You should have said that one. Maybe I would have learned what we were talking about, or figured out what we were talking about, or whatever." He goes, "Ah, yeah, sure, whatever." He did not like me saying that to him. Apparently, his face changed immediately, and he goes, "Well, anyway." I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Are you gonna talk about your work?" I'm like, "Oh, are you gonna ask me a question?" I still have no idea what we're talking about here. I don't know if you realize this, but I've been doing my work the whole time.
We need you to deliver a package to. She's a strange bird that lives even higher up in the clouds than we do, and the research she's doing, well, it's out there and then some. And we're talking straight up occult stuff, though she wouldn't be very happy hearing me say so. And she claims she's delving into the mysteries of the cosmos. Anyway, I found this rock out in the mountains with a handprint on it. And when I mentioned it to her, she got all excited. I honestly don't know what kind of close encounter she thinks it signifies. But I was wondering if you could bring it to her for me. And joining the UCA has opened my eyes to a few things. Like how there are all these people out there trying to make sense of the Death Stranding in their own way. And sure, her ideas may sound like the ravings of a lunatic to me, but they clearly mean something to her, and I'd like to help her out. With your assistance, that is. You'll find an official order on the terminal.
And so he didn't like the fact that I was in InDesign, and you could tell he didn't, because he essentially called me out for not doing my work, despite doing my work. And that's some shit my dad would have done when I was like 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some real petty ass, like, fucking lowbrow shit to be upset about, you know? Like, I'm doing my work. I'm just not doing it the way you want me to do my work. You know, it's kind of ridiculous that you even set yourself up to do that to begin with in a digital fundamentals class. You know? So anyway, I explained to him that I'm using InDesign because the program itself is a better suit for what I want to do. I made a grid using the pen tool, and you know, I explained that like I could do this, and I showed him that like I just throw a photo into the grid and then I can change the stroke and fuck around with it all I want. It'd be really neat. He was not partial to that idea. He did not enjoy that, but he said, "Okay, I like the idea." And I was like, "Cool. Can I get back to my work like I was doing beforehand? Because you thought I wasn't doing my work." but I was. And he's like, he actually didn't act, I don't think he said anything. He kind of just gave me a look and then walked around me and went to the next person. But you can tell I upset him. Very much so. And that brings me to my teacher evaluation. Now, so every semester, for those of you who aren't in college, you get to evaluate your professors. At least in my school, you could. And it essentially is like a multiple choice thing. It's like, hey, do they follow the syllabus? Hey, are they responsive? Hey, are they allowing you to pretty much say what you want to respond to a class or to a question or whatever? Are you, does he treat you like shit, pretty much? And I don't think I hit disagree
Sam,
more.
It's just like the one at South Knot City. A vortex loaded with so much chiralium that it's almost off the charts. Slowly but surely, it's creeping closer to us here in Mountain Knot. At least that's what I think, but I can't see it. Not with the naked eye. But the data doesn't lie. It's the same temporal phenomenon that you told me dropped you in a war zone.
I told you. But that wasn't.
The Cupid's limiter can handle most chiral spikes, but we didn't plan for another supercell.
Another supercell.
I told you it was the same as before.
Mama, is that you?
You got me, Sam. It's been a while. But not really. Mulligan, Lochner, we're the same. One body, one mind, one being. There's no point in trying to draw a distinction. Not in this world. We're all connected. Remember that.
Order assigned.
Oh, fuck, what the hell did I just say? I got confused for a second. Yeah, so, like, I don't think I hit, like, disagree faster in my fucking life to any professor, except for one. Except for one professor. Pretty much. And even that one, I was super lenient to. But anyway, I'll talk to that in a second. So, in the comments section, like, on the final question, last question is like, yeah, any comments that you want to say about whatever? And I literally wrote to him, like, a little letter. I was like, Dear Professor, you are the worst professor I have ever had in my entire career as a student. You top the professor that did literally all my work for me one semester, to the point where he even answered one of 3 questions on my final exam. The professor the class in which I walked in knowing nothing about and leaving after 15 weeks and learning nothing about, you managed to fucking beat that person in being the worst professor I've ever had. Ever. You have a worse personality. I pretty much told him that, like, he was super passive aggressive, super condescending, whatever, like all like the nasty ass shit that he's done to us all semester. And then I wrote I'll pull it up. Like, I want to make like a little animated video about this. Like, some of my stories are fucking ridiculous. And then, like, at the end I wrote TLDR, get, like, too long, didn't read. Get your shit together. And then I hit submit and just sent it and, like, fucking walked away, dude. Oh my god, that was like the best fucking I can't believe I did that. Honestly, I didn't think I'd have the balls to do that. But fuck, this guy pissed me off so badly. And honestly, that was true. Like, he's the worst professor I've ever had. I had a computer science course professor for computer programming too, one semester. This guy was super nice. I honestly, I can't say a bad thing about the person other than the fact that he's a horrible professor. And mind you, the man had appendicitis that semester and missed 3 weeks of class, right? But even before then, all our labs, all our, like, homework and shit, he did for us. And not even in a, like, okay, yeah, here's, like, a basic outline. Like, he wrote out the entire thing. Except for, like, yeah, you can place a number or a symbol here to change the output slightly. Like, he didn't make us write out the code. So I basically fucked off all semester that year because he didn't teach us anything. he would go on rambling stories about other bullshit that had nothing to do with computer science. And he did all the work for us. So I would sit in class playing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes on my phone, like every week, every time I went in that class. This is what I did. I actually got to a really bad habit where I play that game in other classes. It was pretty bad. Yeah, I went into that class not knowing anything about computer science. Well, very little about computer science, I guess. Like very little about programming and C++. To knowing absolutely nothing. Like, badly. And to the point where, for those of you who aren't in the computer science program, or in a computer science program, it's cumulative, meaning that whatever you learn will be built upon after every class that you take. So in essence, it's like taking, I don't know, it's like taking trigonometry and then taking trig 2, kind of that idea, or like calculus and then calc 2, it's that kind of thing. It's the same methodology. It's computer programming 1, computer programming 2, data structures, and whatever else. That's how it was in high school. So I went into data structures not knowing fuck all, like not knowing a damn thing about it. Because I didn't learn anything in the last class. And I wasn't the only one. I was like one of 15 people, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 15 or 16 people who had no idea what the fuck we were doing in the class. It got so bad that on the midterm, I had to withdraw from the class. Because on my midterm, in data structures, I got a 1 out of 100. I'm not even fucking shitting. I think I actually might have it somewhere. Like, I'm not even fucking kidding you. I got a 1 on my midterm. Because I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. And my digital fundamentals professor managed to be an even worse professor than the professor that didn't teach me anything. And that's for one simple fact, other than like his shit personality. And it's for one simple fact. He had me and 2 other students essentially teach the class about shit that he should have been teaching us. I went into that class teaching the professor things. I actually wrote that into the thing. I was like, never should a professor or a teacher, by any standard, allow the student to teach them things about the subject they're trying to learn, especially if I'm paying to be there. Is fucking ridiculous. He is the worst professor I have ever had. And it's funny enough, like, a week after writing that, like, fucking bombshell of a teacher's thing, I should have fucking signed it, honestly. Damn, that would have been the coup de grace. But then I was telling people about it, like what I wrote, and they were like, yeah, they're gonna know it's from you. You're the only one in the class who's being a total dick to me for no fucking reason. I'm like, for no reason? Asshole. Like, yo, listen. It's not for no reason. I'm being a dick because he's being a dick to us. Like, I'm a fucking mimic, alright? If you're an asshole to me, I'll be an asshole back to you just to show you what you're like, alright? Like, alright, fuck off, man. Dude, oh my god, he was the worst professor ever. I can't believe that story actually took up a whole 2 hours. I hope the commentary has been at least entertaining in this part. If not the footage, at least the part of my horrible professor. And his tragedy of the semester. I have one more class with him, and then I'm done. I don't have to fucking see him again. I have like 1 project left to do that I didn't do, and it's just like that weird like mask using one. I'm probably just gonna fucking throw up one of my pieces that I already did, just because it's kind of matching what he wants us to do anyway. But yeah, I'm sorry for not talking about anything that pertaining to the video, except for like the small things like the power gloves or the shotgun or whatever, or like that weird audio glitch that may or may not be in this part. Now that I think about it, because I remember it happened to Die-Hardman. I remember like that sound being weird in Die-Hardman's voice, but Die-Hardman wasn't in that cutscene. Yeah. Oh, I didn't talk about the blizzard. I'm sorry. Like you can tell, the blizzard just makes it very difficult to see what you're doing. It's essentially just fog. It might actually increase the chiral damage to your containers because it's still snowing, so it's still time fog. but it doesn't seem to be doing too much damage. At least not until from what I can see on the screen right now. Dude, I can't believe I filled out like a 2-hour video with just me talking, ranting about my fucking professor. I want to make an animated video about that. Like, honestly, I've been thinking about this for a while now. Like, even before I started this channel, like even when it was my other channel, I wanted to do some sort of like animation videos. Like, not even like big ones, just like small animation videos. Not small like Bird, if you know who Bird is, like nothing like that, but like not as grand as like The Odd Ones Out or Jade Animations, like something like somewhere in between. Because I'm not very good at animation, but I would like to learn how to do it. But like I've had so many like staples. I work at Staples. You didn't hear me say Staples. I work at Staples, and I've had some interesting stories, so I kind of want to like animate them and stuff. My favorite being the Bran Muffin story, but that could be saved for an animation, or fuck it, even like one of these videos. I don't know. Yeah, the Bran Muffin story is the best story ever.
Sam Bridges, I've been expecting you. The Mountaineer told me all about you. This handprint you brought me, or stencil as I prefer to call it, is a vital clue. It hails from an era long before the dawn of human history. I'm going to date it and lay bare the cause of the Death Stranding. And when I do, all the secrets of the cosmos shall be revealed. Did you know this mountain used to be a pyramid in ancient times? It's true. You won't find a place closer to the beach than this. To the wellspring, a source of untold power. How else do you think that chiral network of yours works? But I digress. Show me the stencil. Thank you. It's in excellent condition.
I wasn't paying attention. What was he talking about? Something about pyramid and chiral networks and beaches and shit. So this is like the psychic, if I'm not mistaken, right? That's who she is. Oh, spiritualist. Sorry, not the psychic. The spiritualist. And yeah, she's interesting. I don't know what you get from her in terms of like what item or like ability you get from her. I'm actually super interested in it. I'm hoping it's something along the lines of the dolls from Metal Gear 4, where you can like control people with it. Because that would be really funny if that was like something in it. Because this game references like a lot of other Sony exclusives, so like why wouldn't it have like a small reference to, even if it's not like even tangentially related to Metal Gear. That would be interesting. So she wants to be connected to the chiral network so that she can impart her wisdom on these, what she call them, imprints? On these handprints, or whatever, on the stone. Just to let you know, I'm going to be cutting this chapter a little short just so that the beginning of the next chapter can flow a lot easier. Because this is the last thing we're going to be doing in this chapter, is the Spiritualist, essentially. So there isn't really much left for me to talk about the chapter, even though I didn't really talk about anything in the chapter, mostly because it revolved around my disdain for my professor. You know, I'm not the only one. Oh yeah, I think I mentioned this, but like I found out that it's a second semester working, and it totally fucking shows.
Once I have my results, I'll share them with you and your colleagues at Bridges. You've done a good thing, Sam. If you find anything else, be sure to bring it straight to me. I'll be waiting. You should take this. I'm certain that it will be of use to you in your journey.
Oh, right. She gives you an accessory. That's what she gives you. Yeah, you can customize your backpack with accessories. I don't know if I mentioned that before.
Again, my friend.
But that's all it does. I don't think it gives you anything
Sam,
beneficial.
It worked. BB-28 is in excellent condition. No evidence of lingering attachments or homesickness either. Perhaps its memory was erased after all. All that remains is for you to hook it up and take it for a run. I was hoping to return it to you as soon as possible, but I don't want to. I mean, I do, but it's a little more complicated than that.
What?
We've got a problem. You may have heard about the massive supercell heading right for Mountain Knot City. I left my facility to perform some additional tests on the BB in the field, and now I find myself unable to return. You know the cabin on the mountainside, northeast of Mountain Knot? Let's meet there.
Good work.
Alrighty, so in the next episode, we're going to be heading over there to get our BB back. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Terminal for further information.
But before I go, Sam needs to take a little nap. Yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.